Hey everyone, it's Meteorologist Jim Caldwell here in the Alert Center for WKYT on this 30th day of December 2024. That means it's almost 2025. We all know that. Well, here's what's about to happen. We're about to go through quite the change. Today is not the day of change. Today is actually a decent day. We'll probably crank up highs into the 50s. Already doing that right now in many of our communities. And then we get a little bit warmer before a big time fall. Let's talk about it. This is your map for right now. And what you see there is a good push of 50s in southern Kentucky, and even some in Frankfort, Lexington suggesting it, and then a bunch of mid and upper 40s. We're already above, and we have been for a while, normal daytime highs. So with that being said, we're on the milder side. We look out to the west, and you see that batch of precipitation, that rain, that snow, indicating a little mix even at times. That will be diving toward the south and east, and it gets right here in our skies. And it also unlocks the first part of the cold. You see the system spinning up there on the left or the right-hand side of your screen. That right there is the wind and rain maker from the weekend. This next one is right behind it, but this time it brings some cold. So tonight, tomorrow, just through midday, some of your wind gusts are going to be cranking. I don't think the rain gets here until maybe between 2 and 4. And then before that, you get wind gusts picking up. Now, they're not bad, but as that system gets closer, those wind gusts get stronger. And you can see that 20 to 30 miles per hour, pretty common. Now, here's what the low looks like. This is mainly for New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. That's when it will impact us most. And notice the white lines, the isobars, they tighten up a little bit and mean that we could get some decent wind out of it. So that passes through our area, brings you some rain, and as it turns the corner, it wraps in that colder air, and we have some snow chances. At least a few flakes could fly out there on the backside of this, maybe even a little more than that. I mean, there's a chance. There's certainly a chance. That's what unlocks the cold, though, and that leads us into the next phase in the forecast. So before we dig in on the worst part of this, let's talk about New Year's Eve right at midnight. Technically, this is really New Year's Day because it's midnight, but the celebration leading up to it, that's what we're talking about. But right at midnight, should be around 36, and a few flakes should be flying out there. After that, this is Monday of next week. So we're going all the way into next week for you on the 6th. It's 8 o'clock in the morning on January 6th, and here comes the cold. Watch the frigid air take over, and even that Arctic core of this sinks down. There will be places in this country that will go several degrees, maybe 20, 30 degrees below zero. There is a chance. Our wind chill readings are going to be tough around here too, but I'm not digging in on that just yet. We're just talking about the actual lows because this is too far out. What I'm doing is I'm recognizing a pattern for you and showing you that we could be just with 20 to 25 for your highs, and lows could go below zero for us around here as well. That is what I'm talking about, and that's the brutally cold air, especially when you consider that we've been running in the 50s and even 60s on Saturday. The next 10 days worth of snowfall, I usually don't do this, but it's out there, and it's made its rounds with a lot of the people that are trying to hype it up. Well, let me show you. I've watched this come along quite a bit. In just the next 10 days, you can see that it's trying to put a little bit of snow down overall, and then maybe a little more in the mountains of eastern Kentucky. That's the GFS. This is the European. Both of them very similar, but different all at the same time. Again, there's the European. Here's the GFS. What we need to see if you want the big snow is you need to see that line of heavier stuff that's across Iowa, Chicago, northern Indiana. You need it to come a little bit more. Now this right here, by the way, is cranking out a couple of feet of snow to our north. That's what that bright white means. So that is a tremendous amount of snow. Again, with the cold air trying to come into play, it could sink that a little bit more into our area. And I address it in the 10-day. I mean, I really do. I mean, I've got some flakes around here Thursday, Friday. That might turn into a little bit of something. And then you got that chance early into next week. But the bitterly cold air, that's what I feel most comfortable about, is talking about that bitterly cold air, because that's something I can look at and say, all right, everything that needs to align to get that cold air to sink into Kentucky is coming together. But the snow and how much, that's a little bit different. It's harder to nail that down specifically this far out. So if you start seeing these, and you already have, if you start seeing them on this Facebook and on YouTube, people showing you numbers saying, all right, we're going to get 20 inches of snow, it's a guarantee. It's not a guarantee. That's crap. That's what that is. We got to get closer. We got to see some more agreement. Some of these are just now coming around to thinking that way. So, I said all that to say this. We will keep you updated. We will have the latest, and if it starts to look rough, we'll get you the proper information. A lot of people like to rush to be first. I like to be a little more accurate because, listen, I've been doing this a long time, and I've missed a few, quite a few. I don't care a bit to tell you that. So I don't want to miss. I want it to be the most accurate information for you. So what we need to do right now is be prepared for the cold and be prepared for snow potential, because that's what could be coming together. It's a week out, okay, for the bigger and better stuff. I appreciate you stopping by, giving us a few minutes of your time here on Facebook and YouTube. We're going to be back on television for WKYT News at noon. That comes your way in about 30 minutes. Have a great day. See you.